Hi, thanks for joining me. As you can see, I got a haircut, so yeah, I think it looks alright. I'm doing a pickups video here today. I have a lot of things that I think are really fun, so I hope that you'll think that they're fun as well. I'm going to show them off to you now. For starters, I picked up a lot of LaserDiscs, anime LaserDiscs. I believe these are all subtitled in English with original Japanese audio or dual audio, so that sort of thing. And just some things that you can't necessarily get on DVD. The one that I wanted in particular is the one on top here. This is something that I've had an alert out on eBay for like months to try to find, and it popped up, and I was able to win this lot. It wasn't too expensive either. This is Soul Bianca. Just something I remember really fondly from back in the day. I don't know exactly how this holds up, but they're one of those like a crew, like an all-female crew of a spaceship. The tagline here says, 5 young women against an entire solar system. The odds are about even. It's just really fun. This is by AIC. You can see these, kind of nice AIC character designs and animation from back in the day. This is just a very cool thing that, I hope ages as well as my memories of it are. And this was like an early AD Vision release before they kind of had their ADV logo and that sort of thing. So just such a neat thing to have there. Really looking forward to checking that out. There is a sequel to that called I think it's Soul Bianca: The Legacy, but I really didn't like that. It was very early, kind of like CG stuff they were doing with it, and just the characters and the story I really didn't like. But that original one, I'm looking forward to so much. Next up, we have another one of my favorite series here, Phantom Quest Corporation, or Yogen Kaisha. So this is a 4-episode OAV series. Here we have the pioneer release of the LaserDiscs, and it's basically like this woman is working as like a ghost exterminator, and so it's like a lot of paranormal incidents, and she works with other kind of like shamanistic people and stuff to exterminate ghosts, and it was just a really fun little series there. Next up is Explorer Woman Ray. This is a new sealed LaserDisc, and this is something I actually never saw back in the day, so I'm pretty excited to have something new to check out from that time period. This is a US Manga Corps release. And next up we have something that is dear to my heart. This is Here is Greenwood, or Koko wa Greenwood. I just remember this as being one of those things that was kind of I almost felt like a sort of a rite of passage when I first started getting into anime, like fan subs. One of my friends was like, "Oh, you got to see This is Greenwood," and it's actually a shoujo series. So it's female, written by a female, but it's basically about this like all boys school, and these like several characters that are friends. And this guy here, he has a crush on his it's basically, he had a crush on this girl, and she ended up marrying his brother, so she's like now his sister-in-law. So he's like completely miserable, and I don't know, it's just fun and quirky. And here like they end up shooting a student film where they all kind of dress up as like Dungeons and Dragons characters, and it's a cute, interesting series, and it's definitely like not the kind of thing that you would see normally. It was very out of the ordinary, from any of the things that I had seen before at the time either. So I really think that's a fun classic series that I remember fondly. Next up, I do have some games coming up, but I'm going to do a little bit more anime here. Just get through a few things you guys might have seen from my Anime I Watched video, if you watch those. We have Princess Minerva. Suffice to say, this is just, a fun thing from back in the day. It might not hold up super well, but I think this was just really a neat little one-off OAV from back then. And whoops, I'm knocking things down here. Next up is Boys B. This was something I took a chance on, and I really enjoyed it. It was much better than I was expecting. I feel like it's a little bit unique in some of the stuff that I've seen too, in that it's kind of a a shonen type of oriented show, that is a romantic series, but it's not really a comedy. It's essentially a drama. I mean, it's a little lighthearted, but I just haven't really seen anything like that. It's really quite good. Next is something I didn't talk about, which is Armitage the Third. This I'm really stoked about because I just loved this back in the day. I remember we had some of the nice, like, clamshell VHS copies of this, and they had stuff with, liner notes, and this was a Pioneer thing, so they kind of went all out with it. And, it's just a unique series, excellent music, some really cool, like, kind of electronic techno, nothing that I've really ever heard before. It's kind of unique. And it's about this girl who's some sort of, like, almost kind of like a new artificial life form. It's like, I don't know if she's really a robot or some sort of, like, bioroid or whatever, but she's an interesting character. She always sort of seems like she has something to prove, and she works, I think, on the police force. Very Blade Runner inspired, very cyberpunk. Really cool series there. And this should have everything on it. There was an OAV series, and they did a movie. I don't remember exactly what all went into it, but that should be the whole set. So a game here, I went to GameStop, and I was just poking around looking at their cheap stuff, and I ended up running across this, Data East Arcade Classics. This is, you guys know I've been picking up arcade collections for my cool Dreamcade, and this one just seemed awesome. Turns out that this is a Wii exclusive, so it was really cool to just run across this. I knew nothing about it. It's got some cool stuff on it. Magical Drop 3, it's got Crude Buster, Heavy Barrel, Bad Dudes, some pretty interesting things on there, so very excited to find that and looking forward to checking it out. It was like $10 or something. After that, I ended up going to Best Buy, and I ran across some interesting things there. I didn't know that these were out. Two of my favorite Ghibli movies, Tanuki Ponpoko and Porco Rosso. You guys probably know about these, but Porco Rosso is just a very charming, it feels like a much more kind of personal story than a lot of the other Ghibli stuff. Kind of a story of redemption of the main character, and it just has a lot of heart and charm, and it's just sort of it's a fun show. I really have always liked it a lot. Tanuki Ponpoko is another one directed by Takahata. It's probably my favorite of his things, and it has such a fun, like, different quality to it, where a lot of, you got these transforming tanuki creatures. It's kind of that Japanese, Shintoism sort of mysticism, and, and sort of like the conflict between kind of that nature and that magicalness, and kind of the reality of real life now. It has kind of an environmental message, but I think also more it's almost like grieving, just kind of the time that we live in a little bit. It's a very unique movie, and I really enjoy that. Next up, we have something I was very excited to find. I didn't know anything about this. Heavenly Sword. This is a CG movie. I've played the original game. You guys might have noticed it's not in my PlayStation 3 collection. I never picked it up. I just don't like the gameplay very much. I'm not that good at it. But I always thought the setting and the characters and stuff seemed interesting. So this is perfect for me. And this was a great deal, too, on DVD here. I watched it and I was like, that was pretty good. I liked it quite a bit. It's interesting because I thought it was going to be like Shenmue the movie, where it's, the cutscenes and maybe some in-game graphics from the game, just sort of strung together to make a story. But it's not. It is the in-game graphics. It's all the assets from the original game, but they made an original CG movie out of it. I think it's really interesting. The characters aren't that deep or amazing or anything, but I feel like it's entirely competent, and it's a decent just kind of story, and I think this was better than I was expecting. I think it's almost a little more than the sum of its parts. So definitely recommend checking that out if you're interested. Something else you guys may have seen. which is BlazBlue Continuum Shift Extend. I picked up the special edition of this, and I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, but if you don't, I'm trying to tweet out a little bit more, especially when I find good deals on stuff like this. This was $10 on Amazon. It may still be. And, you know, also, like, when I'm playing games, if I can tweet out screenshots or things like that, just talk about what I'm playing. So that's Playongo, whatever, at Playongo, on Twitter. So yeah, we've got some little extras here. This comes with an art collection, and it's just, you know, kind of your normal thing. You got some artworks and character sketches and that kind of stuff. There's little storyboards in there. It comes with a soundtrack, which is pretty awesome. I haven't checked that out, but I might give it a whirl. And it comes with a calendar. This is not going to be much use if you actually want to use it as a calendar now, because it's from 2012. The game's a little older, but you know, it has some character artwork in it. I think it's a cool little include. So there is that. Next is something I'm so excited that they're still coming out with. We have Ranma 1/2 Volume 5. These are the Blu-ray box sets, and I've talked about this at length, but just one of my favorite series. So excited to have the opportunity to pick these up, because, you know, when they came out on DVD, I didn't really have the money. I didn't really make the effort to keep up and actually collect the whole series. So this time, I'm going to get them all. I have the 6th one pre-ordered. I have a feeling there's only going to be 7 of these too, so we're getting close to the end. I don't know if they did it so maybe there's an 8th one, but actually I would love it if there was one that had the OAVs and movies collected into it too, so we'll see how that goes. Suffice to say, I did watch this, and you know, there are a couple, like, misses on here. It is getting to a point. There were a couple of dud episodes, but overall, it's still Ranma, and it's still great. This one is another thing that I was just trying to think, what did I see back in the day that I thought was really interesting? And this just came out. I think I pre-ordered it, actually. But it is called Flame of Rekka. And I couldn't quite remember. I think I remembered not thinking this was anything that special, but that it was a little interesting, and I always wanted to see more of it. Basically, this is a kind of classic shonen show. In the style of, like, if you like Naruto and Bleach, this is Bleach, essentially. You know, this is Naruto. This is just an older sort of version of that kind of classic, you know, probably serialized in Shonen Jump fighting shonen series. You basically have this guy who's a kind of a wannabe ninja, but it turns out that he was sent 400 years in the future from a ninja clan, and you know, he has the power to wield fire. And then, you know, of course, it turns out that these people that he's friends with just happen to be also these people that can use these kind of powers. This girl can heal. This girl can use wind and stuff like that. So, you know, it progresses along in that normal, kind of cheesy sort of, you know, what's going on with this style of shonen show. You know, honestly, that's not really my favorite thing, but I do like Bleach and Naruto. You know, before Bleach kind of jumped the shark, and yeah. Anyway, I've been enjoying checking this out. Unfortunately, I did read that it kind of just ends. So unlike those series that, like, kept getting animated through the manga, this one does just kind of cut off. But yeah. Anyway, Flame of Rekka. Really enjoying checking that out again. So now we're going to dive into some games, and I'm going to blame this on Adam Koralik. He did a video recently where he talked about a Dreamcast homebrew, and I really enjoy getting these Dreamcast homebrews because I love the Dreamcast, and the homebrews have actually, you know, tended to be of extremely high quality for them. So I picked up Alice's Mom's Rescue. It's a really funny name, and I think it's kind of cute. Basically, you're playing essentially as Alice from Alice in Wonderland. You can see, like, the rabbit there, and this is actually her mom getting taken away by some sort of huge bird, and so her mom gets kidnapped, and you're trying to get her back. This is really cute, and like Adam was saying, this is the unique thing about this is so many of the homebrews for Dreamcast are shmups. You know, shoot 'em ups is kind of the default. So just having a platformer like this to play is really cool. I checked it out. I played maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 of the boards, and it's essentially kind of a puzzle platformer where you're going through the boards, just trying to find your way around to find keys to open doors to get through the level. It's got a cool mechanic where you've got these small and large mushrooms, where if you jump on a small mushroom, it'll shrink you down, and you jump on a large mushroom, it'll make you big. And it's just a cute, kind of non-pretentious little, you know, action sort of puzzle platformer game. Really enjoying that so far. Because of that, I got into some more homebrews here. We have Ducks version 1.5. I do have the original one. I was able to get this in a pack with Alice's Mom's Rescue, so I figured, you know what, it was economical. Hopefully, what I'm hoping is that the gameplay might be a little bit easier in this, because I had a really hard time with Ducks. So with any luck, version 1.5 is a little bit more playable. They say it's rebalanced, so I hope that that's what they mean. And I also went ahead and grabbed a couple things that I've just, you know, I have so many homebrews for the Dreamcast, but for whatever reason I didn't pick these up. So now I've got Wind and Water Puzzle Battles. This looks like a really fun little, you know, just kind of Dojin-style puzzle game. So very curious to check that out. I've really been enjoying puzzle games, especially on my my Dreamcade. And another one I'm sure I will enjoy on that, which is Rush Rush Rally Racing. I've been meaning to pick this up forever. I actually really think the style of racer, it's like a top-down, you know, 2D sprite-based racer, just seems really fun. It might be a little hard, you know, having to maybe memorize the tracks or whatever, but I just always thought this kind of game seemed pretty neat, and I don't know that I've gotten to play one, really. Maybe on something. So I guess basically my only new video game pickup here is this one, Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters. This is something that I was just really looking forward to. I love the look of the atmosphere to this, and the game sounds interesting. I don't know a lot about it, but it says, you know, sharpen your senses. Director Shuo Imai's latest work is an underground ghost hunting game. On the sprawling expanse of Tokyo, an occult publisher by the name of Gatekeepers Incorporated fights troublesome and dangerous ghosts. Stories of personal growth and friendship emerge out of each life or death battle the team members experience. So it seems like there's, you know, a real sort of adventure, you know, part to this. So you know, explore Tokyo while you hunt and exorcise ghosts. By adventure, I think, you know, what we've started to call visual novel, which, you know, I think we're not really using in quite the right way. But, you know, a story-based portion. And then there's also like a battle portion, which seems a little bit more puzzle strategic-based. And I just love, you know, the atmosphere and everything of this seems really excellent. So hopefully it's not too, I don't know, disturbing or disgusting or something, so I can play it. Something else I may struggle to play with a little bit here is another homebrew for the Sega Genesis. I was so excited to see this. I've you know, ordered things from Watermelon's Magical Game Factory, WM's Magical Game Factory, before, and thanks to that, I, you know, was on a mailing list, and they just mailed out and said, hey, you know, they're still working on like a cyberpunk style beat 'em up, which I think is going to be really neat. But they're publishing this other thing, which I had heard nothing about, but it sounded amazing. It's essentially a horror visual novel for the Genesis or the Mega Drive here. Sasha Darko's Sacred Line. You know, I really know nothing else about that, but it seems really interesting. Now, one thing about this is it came in this. This is not the special edition. The special edition had actually sold out, but I don't know that I would have necessarily gotten it anyway. The cool thing about this is it came with a cover, so you can actually just put it into your own Genesis box. Unfortunately, you do end up with these kind of creases in it. I mean, I'm sure those will abate somewhat over time, but they're never going to go away. So that's a little disappointing, but I think it's kind of a unique way to distribute that. And then inside here we have the game and some of the materials that came with it. There's a full color manual here. so that's very neat. There's, it's not like a whole ton of pages, but there's some different languages in there and whatnot. This was just sort of a little printed thing. It was probably just for the back of that, and then you get a couple of stickers. So just very cool. I'm having so much fun, and it's so exciting to see them, releasing homebrew games for these old systems that we still like to play. I'm almost more excited about seeing more stuff like that than I guess not more excited, but I'm excited about that in addition to new games coming out for systems I like the Vita and the PlayStation 4. It's really fun to be able to get new games that, so far have been of pretty amazing quality for the Genesis and the Dreamcast and all that stuff. It's really fun. So anyway, I hope that you enjoyed seeing my pickups this time, and I hope you'll join me again for more video game and anime-related videos. Thanks for watching.